All righty, beautiful day out there today. We got a great one in today. Got a lot of wet ball drills. You don't often get that rain, nice cold rain. Kind of went out on purpose. One of the things I was disappointed in Saturday scrimmage is it was really cold out. The wind chill was pretty good, maybe in the teens. And I wasn't happy just with we have to go outside kind of attitude. So, talk about attitude all the time. The guys had a great attitude today, and added an element with the rain that we didn't have on Saturday. But great scrimmage on Saturday. Defense won the scrimmage, as you may have heard. Before the scrimmage, like most scrimmages, I say it comes down to turnovers. If the offense doesn't turn the ball over, you probably win the scrimmage if you turn it over. It's game-changing plays. You'll probably lose it. And even with that being said, with the turnovers that our offense did have, they still, at the end, it wasn't like a blowout. It should have been a blowout, to be honest with you. But, the offense moved the ball at times. And a lot of good plays made out there on the field at both sides of the ball. And then the other thing I talked about going into it, just the focus of the day was enthusiasm. You better have energy when you play this game. You can't play the game. You can have the greatest team in the world, but if you don't come to play and you don't have enthusiasm and energy, you're going to lose. And I just thought the defense had more energy than the offense. So it's 2-0 defense. So, but we got a lot of work in and a lot of teach tape. I mean, we spent all day yesterday watching the tape with the players just to get things corrected and get out of good spirited practice today. Questions?
What did the quarterback show you in that live setting, actually being on?
A lot of good things. A lot of good things. We saw a lot of good plays out there. Nate was solid. Again, it's just knowing where to go with the ball at times. Sometimes we're not taking. It's going out there making a play. I'd say with all of them, really, just throwing it to the right guy. Take the completion. It's not like we're looking for deep posts every time. It's just take what they're giving you defensively. We talk about a lot here on Sundays and Mondays during the season. Take what they're giving you. And, sometimes you're just I think predetermined going out there. And, it's a good question for Coach Bell. Predetermined to go out there and I'm going to throw it to him. Well, no, you can't just throw it to him. You got to throw it to the guy you're supposed to and create yards. But if you don't turn the ball over, we have a chance. That's what we got to clean up.
Who were some of your players in the scrimmage that you thought stood out the most to you?
There's two of them sitting back here, Cruz and Braylon, two guys. I think I warned you about, what Brookins was doing last week, and he had a heck of a day. Lovelace is, and again, Brandon George, I'll say as well. Brandon George had one of his best scrimmages I think he may have had here. I kind of said to him before, I was like, right, because I don't watch just the linebackers. I'm watching everybody, watching 22. And I said to him, I don't know, it must have been Monday morning early, like, hey, I think you played really good, because I don't remember going, what the heck is Brandon doing here? And I've had some what the heck is Brandon doing here moments. But Brandon played really well. Lovelace playing at the mic, and Brandon can play. He can play any spot. He can play all three of them. He gives you little flashes of Savasi and Dennis at the Mike linebacker spot, and then Cruz I think can play the field and the boundary. So those are two guys on defense. Nate Matlack is continuing to show progress up front. Dayon Hayes had a nice day as well. I mean, I can go on. There's a lot of guys that played well offensively. Conte Mumfield played really good. I think Kenny Johnson had a nice day as well. And I tell you what, Poppy Williams, he had a couple great catches over the shoulder. He was impressive. Running backs, no one I can say was great, but not bad. And Branson Taylor, I think, played well for the tackle spot.
So with that said, are you seeing the progress you want to see out of the offense, given they're picking up a new system?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, that was 7 days in, so you got 6 practice days, and then all of a sudden it's, it's time to go take the test. And I think after first scrimmage, I'm happy with where we are, making some explosive plays. We just got to clean things up, and that'll happen. It's different rules and a lot of installs. If you're out there watching, you see we're doing a lot on offense, different formations. There's stuff everywhere. So there's a lot. They've got a lot in at this point. So I'm happy with where we are. And threw some more at them today. There's more stuff in today.
It's the second year in the system. Obviously, it's a new one, but this year, how's Derek Davis done at running back?
Derek's done well. I mean, I think Derek runs hard. He's picking it up. He's strong. He's physical. And he can catch ball in the backfield. So I'm happy with where he is. He's getting his reps with the ones, and it's a work in progress still. But Derek's done some nice things, made some people miss out there on the field. Good.
What did you see from Jesse Anderson along with Bruce?
Jesse got a little pick six action in. He doesn't do everything right, but I look at where Jesse is right now compared to where he was last fall. Just from an attitude and really knowledge. I look at those two things. Like, he's got a great attitude. He's got a smile on his face all the time. Talk a lot about attitude, and then his knowledge is much better. I mean, he did a nice job on the interception he did get, just playing it the right way, and he is much improved. I talked about that safety, how we're older at that position with Donovan and Yvonne and PJ. Then you throw in Cruz doing what he's doing. Like, we got Cruz is going to get some action at the nickel back, which I think he can be a threat as a blitzer to the field, which is always good to have that guy. He'll have a major role. And then Jesse's we'll be able to rotate those guys and keep them fresh, and we'll see how Jesse progresses.
What did Duggar show you, Sam?
Duggar. I think the threes had like 28 plays, but he had a quarterback draw that he didn't run. He tried to look for a pass, but Duggar did some nice things. Again, he's just a baby. It's hard to say, but just him getting out there. I think I told you last week about getting out there. He's ready to go now. I just feel like he's just going to keep getting better. But there's a lot of. If it's a lot for Nate and Christian and Eli, it's a boatload for the rest of the guys.
Who stood out at the corner spot outside of Ryland?
Ryland's out there. Crumpley is battling. Rashad Battle is battling. Taman has done a nice job out there as well. Made some nice plays as well. Got to catch the ball in the back end. At times we could have had a couple more maybe picks. If we catch it, those are game-changing plays. I think I'm probably missing somebody, but forgive me.
You mentioned playing in the rain today. What ball plays did anyone surprise you with their ability to do well in the rain?
Well, everybody better done well in the rain. Again, it's football, and it's playing the elements. And I think overall it was a good spirited practice where we got good work done. So I can't pick. There's a rain guy, maybe the rain man. No, there's no rain man out there today. They were all good.
In the
No attempt to wipe the balls off today.
I don't pay attention. We're going so fast, I didn't pay attention. I'm sure I saw Eli had the ball in his shirt. He looked like he was pregnant at one point, but he was trying to protect his ball, I guess.
Cade has been here for about 4 months. In that time, what have you seen from him as far as how he evaluates quarterbacks, like on the recruiting front, how he evaluates quarterbacks, how he recruits guys? What have you seen from his approach?
He's a gym rat when it comes to recruiting. He loves to recruit. Sometimes I go in the afternoon, I'm thinking they're working on football, they're watching more videotape, and he's on Twitter a lot. Like he's watching videos on Twitter and sending me stuff all night long. I'm like, go to bed, put that phone down. But he's an evaluator. He's going to watch not just a 34 play clip of a highlight and say, oh yeah, we like this guy. He's going to watch games. If we're recruiting a quarterback, he's going to watch every game just about. He's going to know everything that guy did, not just watch a short highlight and say, well, let's take that guy. So he's going to do his homework. It's going to be detailed and find someone that fits what he likes to do.
A few more?
Pat, there was a change in the NFL with the rule about tackling the hip drop, they're calling it. I'm just curious if, when something like that significant happens, does that change or adjust the way that you coach players up and that you teach?
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to see that. I'm glad they did that. I think that, there's things safety-wise. I imagine college football won't be far behind. We had one on, practice, not, maybe practice 3 or practice 4 that we coached up right. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do it in the game, to hurt an opponent, and I don't want to do it, obviously, against our guys. Even if it's legal, I still don't want to do it in a game. Guys get rolled up bad, and it just looks ugly. And I saw one that wasn't totally that tackle, but it would probably get called in the NFL, I would imagine. Again, I don't know if it was a third or live practice, but that tackle.
Coach,
It's good that get taken out, but I don't think you don't try to tackle like that. It just happens by accident. So there's going to be, it's just like plan on getting hands to the face or face masking a guy. It just happens sometimes, and it's aggressive. And I don't know if they'll stop it. They're going to put a penalty on it, but unfortunately, guys are still going to get hurt because it just happens by accident.
Coach, what's your impression of the new kickoff rule with the NFL adopted?
You know, I'd heard about just a little bit of it. EJ informed me of that as I walked in here. You know, it's different. I haven't seen anybody else do it, so it's hard to put my fingers on it without totally watching it and studying it. But again, anything for player safety. If they watched it somewhere else, I wouldn't. I'd imagine college football, it'll happen pretty soon. And again, the way I look at it is, it's coming. It's coming to college football probably. We should model our game after the NFL. You guys know the 2-minute warning of the NFL. Well, college football is going to have that next year. So there's things that, I'm kind of on the assistant or the head coaches, the AFCA head coaches rules committee, and there's a lot of things that could change. But those are some things that it's just a safety thing. I mean, you think about why are we running down the field, wasting time running down the field, and the ball's kicked out of the end zone anyway most of the time. I mean, if the kicker wants to kick it out of bounds, or excuse me, kick it out of the end zone, they can probably kick it out of the end zone every play. Even last year we did some what we call hang middle, where we wanted Ben to hang it up there so we could go tag him inside the 15-yard line, get a big hit, and run down there. And it's just a different ball game that we're talking about right now. It's safety.
Speaking of kickers, how was your
This will be the last one, by the way. We've got our players sitting
Ben
in the
Saul
ranks.
was unbelievable. Ben Saul has had a great day on Saturday. Franco and Carpenter doing a nice job, but Ben was on fire Saturday. I mean, I don't think he knew what an upright was. Is that what you're asking about, Jared?
And kicker and punch.
And Junko had a nice day. I mean, I would say he was probably a heck of a lot better than he was against Duke for sure. Okay, do we have one last one?
Yeah, just curious, you guys have benefited in the past few years of having a leader on the offensive line that's carried over and been a starter in a lot of big games. Do you have a player on your roster right now you think that has been that in these spring practices to help with the transition in this new offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of those guys up front, it's hard to say who it is right now. I think when we go through the summer, you really find out who those leaders are. But I would say it's Branson Taylor right now is the guy I would say. I mean, Ryan Baer's awful, talkative out there, and Terrence Moore as well. I mean, Terrence is a guy that is going to try to lead those guys up front as well. So I would say those 3 guys. But we'll find out who that alpha is as we get moving.
Coach,
Okay.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.